Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Recruiting with Rikin. Today I want to talk about establishing your personal brand. But first, let's jump to the intro. Now, when it comes to recruiting, I think there's three big elements. First off, you've got to demonstrate who you are. Secondly, you need to establish what you want to do. And third, you need to show that you're credible and capable of doing that. Now, people spend a lot of time on the third, trying to show that they're capable. But people often forget about the first two elements, showing who they are and what they want to be doing. Today, I really want to focus on how you can establish your personal narrative and focus on personal branding. Personal branding is really important, especially if you're a college student or a high schooler, and we'll talk more about that down the road. But today, I want to give you the quick and dirty tip on how to establish your personal brand and make it known. The first thing I like to do is pick two adjectives that really describe what you want to do. In my case, I always talk about adventurer and entrepreneur, because I think that really sums up who I am as a person. If you're an artist, if you're a creative, if you're a teacher, all these are really good adjectives to show what you are. Even though it's not ideal to break yourself down into two different adjectives, it's a really good starting point for you to introduce yourself to someone else. Down the road, if you're an engineer or an architect, you're going to be introducing yourself as, "Hi, I'm Rikin and I'm the architect." But while you're a college student, most people don't do that. By doing so, you give people an anchor and gives them something to talk to you about. They now have a picture of who you are. No longer are you just another college student. Now you're that adventurer, you're that artist, you're that creative, you're that designer, you're that engineer. There's so many different adjectives you can use. If you don't believe me, you can go online and look up almost any celebrity. The first few words on their Wikipedia page is always a set of adjectives that describes who that person is. If you go online and look up Al Gore, we can see that he's a politician and an environmentalist, and that really helps cement who you are. On top of that, it also makes you more memorable. Once you walk out of that interview or once you walk out of that networking event, they have a way of talking about you without just remembering your name. They've probably talked to dozens of kids and they probably don't remember your name, but they are going to recall that you were the Eagle Scout or you were the artist. And that is a really, really good impression to leave with someone. It makes you stand out in a crowd of dozens or hundreds of people that they may have looked at. The other reason this is important is it also gives you a framework for you to structure your experiences and your goals around. I'm an entrepreneur, and a lot of the things I talk about are the entrepreneurial ventures I've had in the past. So I talk about the small businesses I've started. I talk about the leadership experiences I've had. So the first reason I would suggest you establish a personal brand is to give an anchor, something for others to talk to you about. The second reason I think everyone needs to have a personal brand in place is it gives you a framework to structure your narrative around. Now, we're going to be talking about narrative a lot more, but as an entrepreneur, I always focus on the entrepreneurial things I've done. It shows consistency in my story. So those are the two big reasons I think everyone should focus on their personal brand. One is it gives you an anchor when you meet someone and talk to them. And secondly, it gives you yourself a framework of who you are when you're introducing yourself to other people. Now, in the description below, I'm going to post a list of a bunch of examples of different adjectives that you can use. So how does this actually come into play? In my case, I use it everywhere. I even use it in the signature of my email where it says Rikin Shaw. It has my phone number and my email. And then it just says entrepreneur plus adventurer. I had recruiters comment on that. They've opened up emails with, "Hey Rikin, my fellow adventurer." And it's a really good way of connecting and bonding with whomever you're talking to. 80% of people will never notice, but for those who do, it's a really strong way of showing that you know and you're comfortable with who you are. Now that we've established why you need to establish a personal brand, how do you actually go about and do it? Now, there's one thing to actually create your brand, and secondly, it's to propagate it. We're going to talk about how you can propagate it and share it with others and how you can actually use it down the road. But for today, my challenge to you is to find two adjectives. You want adjectives that are short and descriptive, but also open enough that they don't limit you. For example, if you could use the word artist or painter, I would definitely use the word artist because it opens you up to more opportunities. Saying you're a painter kind of limits what you can do there. You want just enough of a brand that you can anchor yourself without limiting or pigeonholing yourself to one specific industry. So don't talk about how you're a Python enthusiast. That's great to know, but that's for your resume down the road. Focus on big picture ideas, things that are fun, things that are relatable. You want to focus on the kinds of words that you'd use in a Twitter bio. What are the adjectives that stick out? Are you a creator? Are you an engineer? All of these are really great ways of bonding with people. If you're still struggling, I'm going to post a list of adjectives in the description below so you can take a look at different adjectives that I like to use. So there you have it. A quick recap of why you need to establish a personal brand, and secondly, how you can go about doing it the quick and easy way. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you enjoyed that video, please go ahead, hit like, subscribe, and the notification button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.